Let me show you all camera settings available on POCO X8 Pro Max. So if we go to the camera settings, over here we can find three categories: photo, video, and general. So let's start with the photo one. Over here we can find watermark customization, so you can easily enable photo watermark. You can choose one of these available photo watermarks. And besides that, you can also tap on the watermark itself in order to customize it. Of course, these customization options depend on the watermark itself. In some cases, you have a little bit less options, but of course, here we can manage watermarks for our photos. There is also the AI recommendations option, where we can find automatic night mode, QR code scanner, and notifications about orientation. All of these options can be easily toggled by tapping on the switcher. We can also choose the main camera default focal distance, so we can choose between 26 and 35 millimeters. We can also go to the image format, and you can decide if you want to save photos using the JPG format or if you want to use HEIF format. In picture quality, we can choose exactly that, and by default we do use high quality. So if for some reason you want to switch the quality and lower it, then you can do so in here. And then we also have metering preference, where we have two options: face and average, with a little bit of a description, so if you need to know the difference between them, then of course you can read over here. We can also find selfie settings, where we have the front camera mirror effect, which we can easily disable if you don't like it. You can also remove moles when skin smoothing effects are enabled. There is also the shutter type, where we can enable tap to take a photo, so you can tap anywhere on the screen preview in order to take a photo. You can also use the palm shutter, so you can show your hands to the front camera and start the timer after which the photo is going to be taken. There is audio command, so you can say cheese in order to, with your voice, activate the shutter button and take a photo. And also we have additional shutter, which is presented over here. So we can just take out the shutter button and place additional one anywhere we want to. So it is pretty similar to the first option, tap to take a photo, but here we just have like a dedicated shutter button, additional dedicated shutter button that we can use to place anywhere we want to and use to take a photo. Now, besides that, we can also find the motion tracking focus option, which is available in photo and pro mode. We have correct lens distortion, and in display parameters we can find the option to enable focus picking, exposure verification, and histogram. Now, as for the video category, over here we can choose the video encoder, so we have the choice between HEVC and H.264. In audio settings, you can enable smart noise reduction, which reduces the impact of wind on recorded audio while recording a video. We have motion tracking focus for video and pro video mode, and it supports up to 4K at 30 frames per second. We have HDR10+. We can enable display parameters for video recording, so we have focus picking, exposure verification, histogram, waveform, and audio histogram. Over here we also have the automatic frame rate, which can reduce the frame rate for videos in low light or high temperature environments automatically. And then in the general section we can find a bunch of useful camera tools, such as grid lines, where we can choose a rule of thirds or golden ratio. We can also toggle the center mark and straighten or leveler. We have a screensaver option, so we can simply turn off the screen automatically while recording a video for over 3 minutes. We have preserve settings, so you can decide what options should remain as they are when you leave the camera, so then when you return to the camera, these settings and all of these options are brought back, so you don't have to set them up again. We have a feature layout, so you can decide which additional camera modes should be available on this little bar, this section where we have quick access to these different camera modes. Also, you can of course hide whatever you don't need to have quick access to. It's up to you how you want to organize it. We can also go to camera modes in order to decide how we want to access all camera modes or the rest of the camera modes. So we can either use the default option, so we can swipe up from the section where we have camera modes to reveal more panel, or you can choose the more tab, so you can just slide to the more text and then you will see all additional camera modes. Then we can also find the camera UI color, where you can just simply choose the color of the accent. So by default we use this yellow color. You can switch it to pretty much any other color that we have available in here. Let's say I'm gonna choose this cyan one over here. And besides that, we can also choose the shutter sound. So on this phone we can choose the sound that should be used when you take a photo. which is pretty cool. We have 4 options in total. There is also the shutter sound option itself, which of course can be disabled, so when it's disabled, the phone won't make any sound when you take a photo. There is also the volume buttons function, so you can decide what should happen when you use volume buttons. By default, we use it as a timer, so when you press volume up or volume down, then the timer starts and then we take a picture. There is also the shutter option, so it works without the timer, but in addition to that, you can press and hold any of these volume buttons to record a short video or do the burst shot. Now, besides that, we can also use for zooming, which I think is pretty great. I think is the best option. So we can use volume up to zoom in and volume down in order to zoom out. And if you don't like any of these camera features or camera functions, then you can set it to volume. So you can just simply change the volume on your phone with the volume buttons. Then we have save location info, so you can just save the information about where a photo is taken or where the video is recorded. And in other settings, we can find anti-banding, we can check for updates, and we can restore default settings. Of course, besides that, all of these different camera modes, they also contain additional features and tools that we can use. Most of them can be found, well, maybe not most of them, but usually you can find them here at the top. Like, for example, here we have the motion capture, and then if you tap on this arrow or slide down on the camera preview, then you open additional menu where you can find some other stuff as well. And of course, in the case of video mode, it's exactly the same case, but we can find different options. And that is pretty much it. Leave a like and subscribe.